Welcome back to my channel. I'm astrologer Anisud, and in this video I'm going to talk about Saturn transit into the sign of Pisces for a period of 2.5 years. And if you want to know more, stay tuned. Saturn transits into a zodiac sign for 2.5 years, and currently it is in Aquarius, and now it's going to change its transit into Pisces on 28th March, and it's going to stay there for 2.5 years. So from 2025 to 2027, you can expect that Saturn is going to give you results. And Pisces is all about dreams, and Saturn is all about karam. So you have to do karam, you have to do hard work to pursue your dreams, to fulfill them, to get good results. And Sadisati ends for Capricorn moon sign, so congratulations. So all the 7.5 years that were all full of struggle, so you just need to rest. And Sadisati begins for Aries, and it's continuing for Pisces in the second transit, and it's already going for Aquarius moon sign. And if we talk about Dhaya, what is Dhaya? Dhaya is the 2.5 year of struggle that comes in your life when your moon is 4th or 8th from your Saturn. And Dhaya will finish for all the Scorpions and Cancerians. So it's a relief for you, and it will begin for Leo and Sagittarius. And if you need any consultations regarding Sadisati or Dhaya, or you need any kind of Vedic astrology consultations, you can email me at the link below and I shall get back to you. And let's get started for predictions for Aries. And for all my YouTube viewers, if you have missed my interview on Aapke Sawal with Anil Agarwal ji, you can see this interview again in Hindi at the link given below in the description box. For Aries people, Saturn transit into Pisces will happen in your 12th house, and for a period of 2.5 years it's going to stay there starting from 29th March 2025 to 3rd June 2027. And 12th house Saturn is not good as far as your business is concerned, and I would recommend that you go in for a minimalistic lifestyle for the 2.5 years. You have been spending so much from the past 5 years on luxury. This year you have to slow down a little bit, because 12th house in the horoscope is also considered not good for health, and some kind of health issues might arise. So just stay cautious, and you need to take care of your sleep also. So avoid extreme night outs, and you need to keep a check on your health also. However, the good part is that some kind of foreign contacts will give you good business this year. And yes, foreign travel is also seen on cards in later part of the year. For Taurus people, Saturn is the yoga karak planet, and the transit of Saturn in Pisces falls in your 11th house of gains. And this year you will see an increment in your income, and you will also meet new people. Saturn aspect on your first house will give you little lethargy this year, but yes, that's not a major problem. And it will aspect your 5th house and 8th house. You might inherit something from your ancestral property this year. And there will be gains because of improvements in career prospects, and there will be gains from investments as well. The only drawback about this transit is that Saturn is aspecting your 8th house, and you need to change your diet. For Gemini ascendant, Saturn transit into the sign of Pisces starting from 28th March 2025 to 3rd June 2027 falls in your 10th house of career, and some kind of career change is seen. You might think about adding additional income to your life. You might go in for a small business, or maybe you might think about starting something new. Your Saturn is aspecting your 12th house again this year, and you might have some kind of sleep issues. Saturn is also aspecting your house of mother. You need to take care about your mother's health, and if your parents are elderly, some kind of health problems they will face this year. So overall, this transit is great for job seekers, and career growth is there. For Cancerian, Saturn is your functional malefic planet, and because it rules your 7th house and your 8th house. And in transit in 8th house, it had been causing some kind of health problems to you. And you're going to get a big relief when Saturn is going to transit in your 9th house on 29th March 2025. And it's going to stay there for a period of 2.5 years. And this phase will give you good income and stability in your profession. It's going to aspect your 11th house of gains. It's going to aspect your 3rd house of short distance travel. And it's going to end your diseases by aspecting your 6th house. And you're going to feel all pink once again. And your health is going to feel great this year. So overall, this transit is going to be great for you. For these 2.5 years, you will see major growth. For Leo people, Saturn transit into the sign of Pisces happens in your 8th house. And whenever Saturn is in your 8th house, you need to stop focusing on perfection and follow a minimalistic lifestyle just to ensure that you are in good health all through the year. So the only thing that I recommend for all Leo people is not to start up anything new this year, because Saturn is aspecting your 10th house of career. It's also aspecting your 2nd house of bank balance. So if you invest in something big this year, you might end up in loss. So this year you just have to play safe, and you just have to slow down a little bit and focus more on family and take care of your emotional and mental needs. So overall, this is an average transit for you, but you just need to focus more on your personal growth, your family. And as far as new investments or stock market is concerned, this is not the year for you. For Virgo people, Saturn transit into the sign of Pisces is going to give you career growth and stability in life. Saturn is going to transit your 7th house, and it's going to aspect your 9th house, and you might travel this year. And it can be a kind of a pilgrimage or a long distance travel you have been dreaming about. And Saturn's aspect on your 1st house will give you a little bit of procrastination as far as your personal things are concerned, not your professional behavior, but maybe you might neglect something in your health. So don't do that. And Saturn is going to aspect to your 4th house. This year is good as far as investments are concerned. Yes, you might think about buying a new vehicle by the end of this year. And this year is going to be extremely good because Saturn is going to give you everything that you have been dreaming of. For Librans, Saturn transit into the sign of Pisces, it falls in your 6th house. And these 2.5 years, you have to reflect where you are wrong in managing your finances, or if you're in a job, you're having some kind of trouble with your boss, you just need to reflect upon the way you have been dealing with things. Saturn aspects your 8th house and your 12th house. And I feel that this is not the year to invest in something as far as stock market is concerned. You have to take care of your health, because this year is going to give you a little bit of health setbacks. And Saturn's 10th aspect on your 3rd house at the end of this year, yes, the silver lining is that you will do some kind of short distance travel to cheer yourself up. Overall, this is an average transit for you. So coming to Scorpions, if you're Scorpio ascendant, Saturn transit into the sign of Pisces will be extremely good for you. And I can only say that it might be the best phase of your life which has started. And for these 2.5 years, you're going to cope up with your work and love and romance life equally well. And this is the time that you might meet someone. Eventually you might decide to get married, or you might have a good time traveling, or you might be at the same job at work. So life will be a bed of roses for all the Scorpions. Saturn's 3rd aspect on your 7th house might give you some good business partnerships, and its 7th aspect on the 11th house of gains will give you new recognition in your workplace, and you might meet new contacts, and there will be an increment in your earnings. Of course, its 10th aspect on your 2nd house, there might be some kind of arguments in your family life, but that is part of your routine by now, I guess. But overall, it's a very good transit. For Sagittarius people, Saturn transit into the sign of Pisces happens in your fourth house of family affairs, home front. And for these 2.5 years, starting from 28th March 2025 to 3rd June 2027, this is the time that you need to focus only on your family. Your responsibilities will take so much of your time. So, this is not the year to spend on luxuries or traveling. And you need to focus more on family and, of course, your health, because Saturn is aspecting your sixth house. And you have been ignoring some kind of stomach issue that had been troubling you for a while. You need to get a health checkup done and think about changing your lifestyle or routine or diet in a way so that these 2.5 years they don't hit your health. As far as the good things are there, your business, if you're doing some kind of business, you will do well in business. And overall, if we see, it's a good transit for you. So good luck. For Capricorn ascendant, Saturn in Pisces will transit your third house of contacts, of for communication. So, this is the time when Saturn is going to test you how you speak, how you introduce yourself to the community that you're living in, or maybe if you're just setting up a new business, the way you speak, the way you present yourself will change things. And Saturn is aspecting your fifth house. So, fifth house is always for children and education, and you can take up a new course if something had been in your mind, and it will turn out well for you. As far as your business is concerned, this is the year that you will meet new contacts, and yes, travel is on the cards. And Saturn's 10th aspect on your 12th house, the only thing I need to tell you is just take care of your sleep. You just have to manage your sleep well. Otherwise, your health will suffer. So, coming to Aquarius, for Aquarius people, Saturn transit into Pisces will be extremely beneficial for you. You had been postponing so many things. You have been ignoring yourself, your health, your business, your things that always mattered the most. But this transit is going to give you an edge over others. Whenever Saturn is in Pisces, for Aquarius ascendant people, this will work. You will grab new opportunities and your bank balance will increase. You will make each and every opportunity count this year, and this transit is going to prove very beneficial for you. So, overall, it's going to give you great things this year. And we can also see that Saturn's third aspect is falling on your fourth house. Fourth house is for family, and you will start enjoying the things that once you used to feel they're a burden, you will feel responsible towards them. And we can see Saturn's seventh aspect falling on your eighth house. You just need to take care a little bit of your health this year, because eighth house, sometimes if we ignore our health, some kind gives some kind of gut problems. And if you are a woman, then it might give some kind of menstrual problems. And so just need to get regular checkup done. And Saturn's 11th aspect will give you great income by the end of this year. So overall, it's a good transit. And last but not the least, for Pisces ascendant, Saturn in Pisces falls in your first house of transformation. This is the time when you'll start enjoying your own company. Oh, no, you don't need anyone. Come on. You're just fed up of everyone, all your friends, all your family members. Now you don't need anyone. This is the time that you just need to be with yourself, focus on your goals, focus on your health, become so selfish and self-centered that everyone say, oh my God. That's the reason for her success, because she's always focused on herself. Saturn's third aspect will fall on your third house again, seventh aspect on your seventh house, 10th aspect on your 10th house. So all is great. Overall, this is the year of romance, work, and travel.